You're watching NBC 16 News Today.
Welcome back in. We are very lucky to be joined by a special guest this morning. Tracy Bonham is not only a Eugene native, but also a classically trained violinist and pianist turned singer-songwriter, famous for her twice Grammy-nominated album, The Burden of Being Upright. And following the release of her new single on March 22nd, Tracy is now set for 2 days of performances starting tomorrow with Eugene Ballet this weekend before touring up and down the West Coast.
And we are now joined with Tracy in studio. Tracy, thank you for being here so early in the a.m.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
I don't know either.
Lots and lots of coffee. See that mug in front of you? It gets used often.
I understand.
Absolutely. Well, Tracy, when did you start performing?
Oh, I have been performing my entire life. I can't even remember, probably was age 5. I grew up in a musical family, musical theater, and then all of our friends, our family friends, were musical theater people too. So our parents were all in the plays, in the community theater, and then the kids were backstage, and then we finally got parts. And we just grew up in a theater family.
We talked about you having musical training too. Was it music first? Was it singing first? How did it start?
I mean, I suppose it was singing first. My mom was a singer. She did have me play guitar. Actually, she was my music teacher in 2nd grade. She taught out at Howard Elementary, and she taught around the city. So I tried to fit my little hands around a guitar and sing. And then at about age 7, I played the piano. And age 9, I started playing the violin.
Multi-talented.
It just was an amazing place to grow up with all of the arts. You know, it was so vibrant here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how you now live in Brooklyn. What is it like to be back and far away from home?
Well, yeah, that's a subject I've been thinking about a lot. Home is, here is home. This is home, where my family still is. And I grew up here. It's a wonderful place to be from. I also love Brooklyn, and I have created a home there too. But they're so far apart, so it does feel, the distance is sometimes hard to grapple. It's hard to get to Eugene too, which is really a beef of mine.
Yeah, we got to fix that.
Some direct flights.
You can look right into the camera. You
direct
can tell
flights. Where are we going?
There's your chance.
Please, JetBlue would be nice because I like JetBlue. So please, somebody
get that together.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Please.
So not only are you back to be where you have your family here and be back home and see all the things you love about Eugene, you're here to perform as well. How exciting is it to be able to perform in your hometown?
I love it, and especially this kind of performance. This is something I've never done before. We've got the Eugene Ballet performing, a work to my music. So I'm just like beyond excited. It's at the Holt Center. This is where I walked across the stage to get my diploma and hug my principal, and where I played with Youth Symphony, So I love the theater. I love that whole aspect of being this beautiful theater.
It's a beautiful, full circle moment for you. Now, before we dive too far into the talk about your performance, we have a little snippet of your song. It's Damn the Sky for Being Too Wide. Let's hear a little bit of it. So we have, obviously, we get a little taste of it here. Is this the song that they are creating a ballet around?
Well, no, actually, the ballet is using material of mine spanning the 30 years I've been performing. But this song in particular was something chosen by Susie Haig, the choreographer, to kind of focus on. And then it also happens to be the single from my upcoming album.
And
yeah.
Sorry, what is it like, the whole process of making a song? Where do you start?
That varies for me, yeah, because I could sit down at the piano and, ooh, these chords are cool, and then a melody comes. But for this song in particular, it's one of the first ones where I sat at the piano because I felt something coming, and I was in a mood, and things were kind of hard, and I thought, God, I miss my family. And honestly, I'm not pandering here, but I was like, I miss my family in Eugene. Where's my village? I miss my folks. I miss people who are supportive. And I sat down at the piano, and the song just came out, and literally words and all. The form is really not a typical pop song form either, and that's why it just was stream of consciousness. So that was one of those lucky moments.
That's beautiful. I think that's like you write about something like that happening in that fashion. Now, for people who are coming to the show or maybe not yet bought their tickets, you can still do that. What can they expect from the performance?
Okay, well, at the Holt Center, the ballet is going to perform in the first act. There's going to be 2 acts. The first act are going to be 2 classical pieces to recorded music, beautiful choreography by Tony Pimble and Susie Haig. And then brief intermission, and then we come out. They basically open for us, and then we're going to close the show.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And finally, if people want to download the song, where can they find it? Where can they find you?
Well, I don't know if I want people to find me.
Find your work.
Okay. Right. Well, we've got tracybonham.com. We've got Instagram, which is at Tracy Bonham. I think I'm Tracy Bonham Music on Facebook. I'm not doing some of the other platforms. It's just too much. But Spotify, everything, the music can be on Apple Music, Spotify, all of the streaming platforms. And then I think you can actually buy physical. Remember the CDs?
Yeah.
Right?
You got to find the player, get the dust off it.
Exactly. I think some are on Amazon still.
That's awesome. Now, we're running a little bit tight on time, but thank you so much for joining us here today.
Seriously.
For everyone that wants to hear more of Tracy, obviously you can go to all the streaming platforms and find her music, or go get you a ticket at the Holt Center and see the ballet. Is it 2 shows, Friday and Saturday?
Actually, it's Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday evening and Sunday matinee. And just one thing I want you to know, though, it's going to be a rock concert. My band and Eugene players playing with the ballet. So it's not just recorded music. So it's like rock concert ballet.
That's awesome.
Shouldn't miss it.
That's exciting. Thank you again for coming and joining us this morning and sharing a little bit about your story and the performance is coming up again Saturday and Sunday at the Holt Center. Thank you guys so much, or thank you for so much, and you guys stick around. We've got a little more news for you right after the break.